Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakak. I want to give a double honor to our apostles, elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, brothers and sisters out there. And I'm coming back at you with another sit down lesson, house lesson. And first we're going to start off with Habakkuk 3, chapter 3, God's people saved. This is verse 1, a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Shiganah, and Salaki if I mispronounced that. Verse 2, O Lord, I have heard thy speech, and was afraid, O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known in wrath, remember mercy. Verse 3, God came from Teman, the Holy One from Mount Paran, Saliah, his glory covered the heavens, and the earth is full of his praise. That's talking about the chariots. Verse 4, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was a hiding of his power. Light metaphorically mean the wisdom of the Most High, as well as literal the lights from the chariot. Horns coming out of his hands, laser beams from the chariots. And you also have to remember how they taught back then and how we talk now are two different things, too, as well. Verse 5, before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. And that's talking about the ICBM nuclear missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Verse 6, and Salakia, he stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations. And the everlasting mountain was scattered, the perpetual hills did bow, his ways are everlasting. Verse 7, I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Verse 8, was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thy horses and thy chariots of salvation. Verse 9, the bow was made quite naked, according to the oaths of the tribes, even thy words, Saliah, thou didst cleave the earth with rivers. Verse 10, the mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the water passed by. The deep uttered his voice and lifted up his hand on high. Verse 11, the sun and moon stood in their habitation at the light of thine arrows. They went, and at the shining of their glittering spear. Verse 12, thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou did thresh the heathen in anger. Verse 13, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for the salvation of thine anointed. Thou wounded the head of the house of the wicked by the scabbard, the foundation unto the neck. Saliah. Verse 14, thou didst strike through with his staffs. The head of the villages came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was as to devour their poor secretly. Verse 15, thou didst walk through the sea with thine horses through the heap of great waters. Verse 16, when I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Verse 17, although the fig tree not blossom, neither shall be fruit be in the vines, the labor of the olive shall fail. And the field shall yield no meat, the flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herds in the stalls. Verse 18, yet I will rejoice in the Lord, I will joy in the God of my salvation. Verse 19, the Lord God is my strength, and he will make my feet like hinds feet, and he will make me to walk upon high places, to the chief singer on my string instruments. Hold on, I'm gonna read this and then and whatnot. And read this real quick. Alright, so this is Zephaniah 1, Day of Judgment on Judah. This is Zephaniah 1 and 1. The word of the Lord which came unto Zephaniah the son of Cush, the son of Gedali, the son of Aramiah, the son of Hezekiah, in the days of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah. Verse 2, I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith the Lord. Verse 3, I will consume man and beast, I will consume the fowls of the heaven, the fishes of the sea, and the stumbling blocks with the wicked, and I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord. Verse 4, I will also stretch out my hand upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place in the name of the Chemarians with the priests. Verse 5, and them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship in the swear, and that swear by the Lord, and that swear by Malcham. Verse 6, and them that are turned back from the Lord, those that have not sought the Lord nor inquired for him. Verse 7, hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord God, for the day of the Lord is at hand, for the Lord hath prepared a sacrifice he had bid his guests. Verse 8, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice, that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. Verse 9, in the same day I will also punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their master's house with violence and deceit. Verse 10, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Verse 11, how ye inhabitants of Maktash, for all the burnt people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Verse 12, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. And the candles, the prophets, settled on their leaves, those that are happy to stay in this kingdom. Yeah, so you got some jakes in this captivity that are settled on their leaves. You know, they want to stay in this captivity forever and ever. Drive Hellcats and hit track hawks and scat packs and RTs. You know, all that shit going on. Smoking weed all day, every day. Gang banging, pants sagging, whatever. Alright. All that nonsense. Verse 13, therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their house a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. This is verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. And that's talking about the military. And here's a precept. This is Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Michael is is the third in command after Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. At time of trouble, the first happened in 70 AD, but will happen again in these days. Verse 15, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Verse 16, a day of the trumpet and an alarm against the fenced cities, against the high towers. Verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. And dung is like bodies laying on the ground and shit. Like, poop, like dog poop. That's dung, like, because that's just sitting there and shit like that. But, hold on, let me go into it for you. Yeah, dung is like bodies laying on the ground and shit everywhere. This is verse 18. Neither shall their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in that day, them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make an even and speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And this is a precept. This is Proverbs 11:4. Rich is profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness is delivered from death. Con. So, hopefully this was an edifying lesson. I'm gonna do part 2 is Zephaniah chapter 2, judgment on Judah's enemies tomorrow. And shout out to the next lesson. And I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Brakah Kodash. And shout out to the next lesson.